Alrighty, welcome everybody. Thank you for your time today. Today I have Wendy from Australia with us. Wendy has an amazing story to tell us about her journey so far with Mavie. Now, I'm not going to steal Wendy's thunder. I'm going to hand it straight over to Wendy so she can tell us a little bit about herself. Over to you,
Thank
Wendy.
you, Leah, and thanks for having me on today. I think this is really exciting, and I'm glad I could share some stories with you. I'm 73 years old. I turned 73 in March, but my metabolic age has been measured at 63. So I'm really happy
Wow.
about that, and it's all due to knowing what my body does. Since I had my DNA test, I ran into Mavie. It was about 2 years ago now, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into because I didn't understand DNA. I thought it was where your grandfather lived. But now I know better. Now I know that DNA can actually plot your life. You can change your life because you know what your body blueprint is, and you can make any corrections. Everybody's different, and my diet, my exercise regimen is not going to be the same as yours, Leah. It's not going to be the same as anybody's because
Yeah.
it's mine. So I put the exercise and meal plan stuff into place, and suddenly I was losing weight, and I didn't. I wasn't on a diet. I was just eating to my meal plan. Once I had my reports and my meal plans, it just it flowed. So I didn't actually realize I was losing weight until I got my 5-year license photo back from the the license people in New South Wales, and my fat photo from 5 years ago and my today photo, I got such a shock. I didn't realize how fat I was. So
Wow.
I've got a long way to go, but and you can't see me below the waist. You've got this bit, but
That's
it's the meal plans, it's the exercise, and knowing what my skin improvement is.
okay.
It's
So
just been a whole package, and
do you
just
use all the Mavie products, or is it
I
just a
use
couple of the Mavie products?
I use the Vital skincare,
Yep.
which is made for me, of course, and
Yep.
I use the V-Code. I've got the immune booster, and my V-Code, which is my supplements that are made
Mhm.
to my recipe. So yeah, I use everything.
So
I
you're
follow the
using
meal
the
plan.
full
I
spectrum of
didn't
what
follow the
Mavie has
over-the-top
to
plan
offer.
because it's been a bit difficult, and I haven't been back to exercise. But what I've been really pleased about is that I haven't put on weight, and I've been a bit lazy. So my metabolism has certainly kicked in by just making a couple of corrections based on my DNA reports. That's about
That's
it.
awesome. No, that's really good, Wendy. That is an amazing story. And it just goes to show that even though you, and like you were saying, not doing the fitness side of things at the moment, but you're still generally sticking to your requirements for your meal plans, you're taking the supplements, and you're doing the skincare regime, you're not putting on weight. Because how often does it happen that when you stop doing a component of a traditional diet, everything seems to go back to the way it was. And
It,
I guess that's
it,
one of the unique things with what Mavie has, because it's tailored to you and specifically to you and your body. Doesn't really matter if you do the exercise or not, or whether, some people have noticed skincare, their skin's improved, even just with the meal plans. So there's many
I
things
agree.
there.
I agree. I've been on every diet under the sun. I'm an apple shape, so I've got a propensity for belly weight, and it's very, very, very difficult to get rid of around your tummy
Yeah.
if you're built that way. So yeah, that's dangerous fat. My doctor
Mm.
also said lose weight, or I'm going to put you on blood pressure pills, which he had done. So I lost a little bit of weight, and my blood pressure just dropped amazingly. He said, "Oh, look, I
Wow.
don't think you need these anymore." So that was another benefit from just being on these plans. Was just
Okay. So
no more
I
pills,
guess
no more drugs.
correcting what's going on with the body is obviously then improvement to the point that you actually don't require certain medication anymore. That's a really good
Absolutely,
surprise to have, I guess, isn't it? It's
I
not
think that's a
something.
huge benefit.
Mm,
I'm so happy. But yeah, I was
no,
a, I
that's
was
awesome.
a life member of Weight Watchers, and I'd
Oh,
lost
okay.
lots of weight. I used to carry around a 10-kilo bag of potatoes saying, "Look what I lost. But that was before I hit menopause. For the older community in
Yep.
the female department, menopause is good and bad, but it
Yep.
slows your metabolism down. So I needed something to kick it back up again. Otherwise, I was just putting on. I go for a
Okay.
diet, then I put it back on. So this has actually been a bit of a miracle solution for me, just knowing what to do.
That's amazing. So, how easy did you find sticking with the plans? Because we all hear the horror stories of diets and the fad ways of doing things. And because they're so restrictive, they make it really difficult for us to use them as a long-term process. But with the Mavie products, it's more of a lifestyle change, not so much a fad diet. How did you find using the meal plans and the exercise plans and all of those while you were using them? Um,
Super easy
yep.
because it's food. It's not a diet.
Yep.
It's just what I would normally go to the grocery store to buy. I just changed a few things. I found out that I was salt sensitive. I found out that I was gluten sensitive. I found out a few vitamins were not being able to be absorbed into my system efficiently. So, just making those little changes and a bit of portion control. It was very easy to follow the meal plans because you get everything in the back office thing. You get everything to plan your meals, plan your shopping, plan your grocery lists, and plan your macronutrients. If you took this to a dietitian, I think they'd be horrified to think that I've got something on my desk that they spent about 5 years learning because it's a solution for me.
Yeah, the technology is amazing that goes on in the background. And I guess I know personally, I'm in awe of all the things that they've been able to do in the background. That, we see the finished product, we use the finished product, but what goes on behind the scenes over the last few years has just been absolutely amazing. We truly are blessed to be able to have such things at our fingertips. The fact that all these plans are dynamic and you can carry them on your phone at the touch of a button. You've got access to your shopping list, to your meal plans, to everything. It makes life so much more convenient and everything like that. So that's great, because I know some people in the older generation after menopause and things like that, they really do struggle, the women especially, because our bodies do change. And some people go, well, that's maybe just a part of life. But you're proof in the pudding that it doesn't have to be that way. It definitely
Exactly.
doesn't have to be.
Yep.
Life can be so much better than what you think that should be. So
Yes.
that is really good results, and I'm really proud, and thank you very much for coming on today, Wendy. I really appreciate your time and sharing your story with us. Is there any other little hidden things or benefits that you would like to tell our viewers briefly before we finish up today?
Look, I don't think so. I think we've got the whole package here. It's really the old Nike story. Just do it. I think you owe it to yourself. I've just bought myself 10 years of life. I don't want to be sitting retired knitting, saying, "Oh, I'm depressed." So it just energizes you when you feel good. You look better. So everybody needs this. So I think we should
Wonderful.
educate the rest of the world as to what we got. It's great.
No, you're absolutely right. And this is what we're doing. So thank you very much, Wendy, for joining us today. Thank you for your time. And I look forward to catching up with you later on in the future and just seeing how wonderful this journey is going for you.
Good on you, Leah.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the opportunity.
No worries. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you go. So we've heard from Wendy today. Wendy is a prime example that life doesn't have to give you, life doesn't have to be the way you think that it's just been delivered to you, that we are totally in control of our lives and we can make those little changes quite simply and easily to have the effects. Once again, thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in today, and I look forward to catching up with you all again in the near future. Thank you.